Welcome to EPSN. I'm carle.
I'm Zach Free.
And welcome to the Zach Free's College Show. First, we're going to talk about the rankings.
Alright, so starting down at 25, we got Appalachian State out of the Sun Belt, a little under the radar team. 24 from the SEC, Texas A&M. 23 from the Big Ten, Wisconsin. 22, we got another SEC team, Mississippi State. At 21, coming off a loss to Notre Dame, Temple stays in the rankings. 20th, we got North Carolina. 19, Ole Miss. 18, Florida State. 17 from the AAC, Houston. 16, also from the AAC and undefeated, Memphis. 15, we got the Wolverines of Michigan from the Big Ten. 14th, we got Oklahoma. 13, we got Florida. 12 from the Pac-12, Utah. And 11, undefeated Oklahoma State. 10, we got one-loss Stanford. 9, we got undefeated Iowa. 8, I got Notre Dame. 7, we got Alabama. 6, Michigan State, still undefeated. 5, we're going with TCU. And 4, we're going with Baylor. 3, LSU. 2, Clemson. And my number 1 team is Ohio State.
So how Toledo's loss affects your rankings?
Well, Toledo last night lost to Northern Illinois, 32-27. So that puts them out of the top 25 rankings and inserts Appalachian State in there from the Sun Belt Conference. So.
And the college football committee released their top 25 on Tuesday night. How does their ranking with Clemson at the top change your mind?
I mean, I think Clemson's a good football team, but I just think Ohio State is. I just think Ohio State's been the most complete up to this point. Now, Clemson, yeah, they've won some blowout games, but I want to see what they're made of here against Florida State coming up this weekend before I can really determine how great this team is.
So there you have it, top 25 from Zach Freeze. In a minute, we'll bring you our picks with our special guest, Coach Lou Holtz. Now we're going to go into our top games of the week. We're going to start off with a fairly easy game of number 6 Baylor at Kansas State.
Lou, you want to start?
Well, Baylor's offense is clearly electric, their offense is unbelievable. They have so many weapons, it's almost too many to count. I have Baylor a huge blowout win.
Yeah, I agree there, Lou. I got Baylor big time. Even without their quarterback, Seth Russell, I think the backup will step in, do just fine. Kansas State's been getting blown out, so Baylor big.
I'm going to agree, Baylor. We're going to go over to Lou's team, Notre Dame versus Pitt.
Yeah, baby. Well, I'm a really big fan of Deshaun Kaiser. I think he's a great quarterback. He can do it on the ground just as well as he can throughout the air. Notre defense also stepped up big against Temple, I think. So I had Notre Dame over top against Pitt.
Yeah, I like Notre Dame in this game. Pitt coming off a loss to North Carolina. Deshaun Kaiser's been playing really well, and Will Fuller, I think, could win the Blitnikoff Award this year. So Notre Dame a little closer than some people might think, but the Irish will find it.
Nebraska, first time they're 3-6 in a long time.
I tell you what, man.
They're playing Michigan State at home. Does this somewhat salvage their season?
I mean, I Michigan State on top just because Connor Cook is senior. They've had some close games, but he's a leader up there. He's a great quarterback. He's going to lead the Spartans to a win. But it's really a shame what's happened to this Nebraska football program. Once they were once one at the top, and now they're clearly at the very bottom. So I think it's really a shame, but I definitely have the Spartans in a blowout win.
Yeah, Nebraska, what can you say? I mean, BYU losing on a Hail Mary. And Miami of Florida, they lost in overtime. They lost to Northwestern in a close game. But now they don't have their quarterback, Tommy Armstrong, so it'll be Riker Fife, a young quarterback. It's been a nightmare of a season for Nebraska. I don't see them being able to beat Michigan State, who's undefeated and still going strong. So, I like Michigan State by a couple touchdowns.
Okay. Let's jump over to the ACC matchup with one-loss Florida State going up against Clemson.
Well, Dalvin Cook, he's coming back from injury, and he's one of the best running backs in the league. I say he's third behind, obviously, Leonard Fournette and Ezekiel Elliott. But Jameis Winston, he's still questionable. But the backup really came in, really played good last week against Syracuse. So I think that Florida State will pull off the upset against Clemson. Because Clemson, they've had some close games. They've had some blowout games and some close games. But I see Florida State coming up big with Dalvin Cook and Sean McGuire leading up to the win.
Reese?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Clemson. I don't know who's starting a quarterback this week. I don't think people know if it's McGuire or Golson. But Dalvin Cook is a great running back. But Deshaun Watson is a great quarterback for Clemson. He's been paving the way for them. And Clemson's just been rolling. I mean, they are rolling teams. And, the defense might be a little bit suspect after last week. They didn't look great against NC State. But I think they grit out a tough win on the road, stay unbeaten, and they get it done.
6 TCU traveling to Oklahoma State. Both undefeated teams. The Big 12 is a good Big 12 matchup for standing rights in the Big 12 and playoff situations. What do you think?
Well, Oklahoma State's their defense really struggled against Texas Tech. Texas Tech, a team that is not that good at all, and they gave up 41 points. Imagine what Boykin's going to do to Oklahoma State's defense. I'm predicting 60-plus points if Boykin can have a good game and not wet his pants. But, of course, you never know what's going to happen, but I still have TCU in a blowout.
You know what? I'm taking the upset again in Stillwater a little bit. Oklahoma State also undefeated, flying under the radar. Mason Rudolph at quarterback. He's been something special. Yeah, this is going to be points. We're going to see 60s and 50s and maybe 70s. Who knows? There will be very few punts or stops of any kind. If you like touchdowns, tune in Saturday in Stillwater. It's going to be a shootout.
Navy traveling to Memphis. Can the midshipmen continue their good season with their only loss being Notre Dame? Can they knock off the Tigers in Memphis?
I don't think so. I mean, yes, Navy's running attack is obviously good with their option offense, but Navy's defense, they're honestly just not good. I mean, I can see Memphis easily scoring 40-plus points against Navy. I mean, I'm hoping Navy wins, but I definitely see Memphis crushing them.
I love Navy. I love Keenan Reynolds. He's had a hell of a career, and when you look at the numbers, he has like 77 career touchdowns.
Ty Belvin Gordon.
Unbelievable. But he's one of the best players in the country. Nobody talks about. But at Memphis is going to be tough. Paxton Lynch is also really, really good. So in the end, I think Memphis just a little bit too much for Navy. Although I do think Navy's a good football team.
We're going to go to the game of the week. We're going to go LSU traveling to Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Can Leonard Fournette be stopped, Lou?
Well, the thing is about what you see in this game is that both teams that have a running attack, with Derrick Henry and Leonard Fournette. But the thing with Derrick Henry, I think he's a good running back, but he has the best offensive line in the nation by far. So it's kind of tough to say because it's going to be a close game. Not going to be a high scoring game, obviously, because you're not going to score 40 points with just running the ball. But LSU's quarterback, Mr. Harris, he hasn't thrown an interception the entire year. He's been a steady rock for him this year. So I say Leonard Fournette's easy Heisman choice. I say that they trump Bama with Brandon Harris running the side of the game.
I'm going to go with the home team, Alabama, in this game. Their defense has been really salty lately. They almost lost to Tennessee, but their defense was unbelievable in that game. But you look at Derrick Henry, and Jake Coker's been playing pretty well. They got playmakers at the receiver position as well. So, Leonard Fournette might win the Heisman. And Brandon Harris has played well too. I think it's going to be really close. But Alabama finds a way, low-scoring game with the offensive line, their defense, how well they've played. I think they win.
Well, LSU has lost the last 4 meetings with Alabama, and I think they get it done in Bryant-Denny, and I think Alabama loses their second game of the season at home. I don't know when was the last time that even happened. I don't know. I mean, they usually they don't lose many, and losing 2 at home the same season.
One thing that would be interesting to see that my friend Mr. Freeze expressed on is that Alabama's defense is obviously incredible. I think Alabama's 2 best things about them is their offensive line and their defense overall. Because Leonard Fournette, he's been simply just running over teams, but he hasn't come up against Alabama yet. So Alabama, they what I think is closest to any NFL defense in NCAA. So it'll be a great game, I think.
Well, there you have it. We'll see you next week here on EPSN.
Go Irish!